Thank you, Father Hermes. I'll try and keep this quick because I know everybody's pretty hungry. I'll start off by saying, good morning, moms. Hey, Mom. Surprise. First off, I want to thank Father Hermes for allowing me to speak. This is something of a full circle moment for me because I still remember in 8th grade, my mom pulling me over to watch the speakers at that year's mother-son breakfast and mass. She kind of implied that if I didn't do it, I didn't love her as much as those boys did. Not really, that's how I interpret it. She was like, look at how sweet those boys are. So I thought natural that I did in my senior year. When I asked Father Hermes for the opportunity to speak today, he actually told me to make sure my mom didn't find out. Honestly, I don't think my mom or really anybody who knows me is surprised I'm up here today. I, like many other Jesuit kids, am a mama's boy. But if anyone deserves to have a speech written about her, it's my mom. My mom was born in New Jersey and moved to Jacksonville when she was young. As a child of immigrants, she was always striving for perfection and became quite an overachiever. In high school, she was a cheerleading captain and a student government officer, and I'm happy to say I followed in her footsteps. Not for being a cheerleading captain, but for being a student government officer. She then attended the University of Florida, where she did her undergrad and met my dad. After graduating, she worked as a consultant for Arthur Anderson, got married, and moved to Atlanta. Later, she and my dad moved back to Tampa and had me in 2005 and my sister in 2008. My mom got her master's from USF and had embarked on her PhD journey. Then, the unthinkable happened. When I was 3 and my sister was 1, my father passed. My mother, who was actively taking graduate school classes, was left to raise 2 very young children by herself. And she did. She went above and beyond for us. She made sure we were taken care of no matter what. She put a hold on her doctor to make sure our childhoods were not shrouded by loss and grief, but were instead filled with joy and happy memories. She made sure that we were not defined by the loss of our father. That was certainly no easy task, but she did it. I had to grow up quickly, but my mom had to do so much more. I didn't realize it at the time, but when my sister and I got older, my mom went back to grad school. Of course, since she had to take care of us, she couldn't really have a normal schedule. But that definitely was not going to stop her. While we were asleep, she would be working on her dissertation, writing into the early morning, and then would wake us up and drive us to school. And then while we were at school, she would be at home working, studying, consulting with her professors. So when she finally crossed the stage and got her PhD, I knew it was a big deal. But I couldn't truly understand just how much work she had put in. She earned it 100 times over, and even I get a small feeling of pride when people call her Dr. or Professor Rordam. My mom is the embodiment of perseverance. She showed me how to keep going, to do what is right, to do what is needed, even when it would be so much easier to quit or wallow in self-pity. And I still try to live up to her example today. My mom is obviously a very serious person, but she also has a fun-loving side. She has very diverse taste in music and movies. She likes U2 and Janet Jackson, but she also likes Jay-Z and Snoop Dogg. She likes movies like Downton Abbey, The Crown, but she also likes funny movies like Zoolander or Step Brothers. Those are pretty odd combos, but they work. She knows a little bit about everything in pop culture and can recognize the name on every other Bucks or Gator jersey that we see. We might not look alike, but I'm definitely my mother's son. Her logic, her loyalty, her emphasis on maturity have all become parts of my own being. She has modeled every good trait that I can think of. She's my mom, but she is also my coach, my therapist, and my biggest supporter. She has done so much to help me in every aspect of my life. She's been at each and every one of my football games and was always right there with me to cheer after a win or to console after a loss. And even though I'm a foot taller than her, I am scared of her. I thought it was just me, but I think my mom can scare anybody with just a glance. She suffers no fools, whether that fool be me or a full-grown football coach. Honestly, it's usually me. And no matter the situation, my mom always has some wisdom. She never lets me quit either. I can't really describe what makes my mom so special in a speech, I can't even accurately explain how determined and strong she is. And I know that as soon as I step off this stage, I'll think of more things I should have said. But I hope that this speech at least gave a glimpse into how much I love and appreciate her and how great of a mother she is. I love you, Mom. Thank you all for listening.